Good afternoon. Are we all good? And you can hear me, right? Yes, I was born with a microphone in my voice. Okay, anyway, thank you very much, Mr. Mogobe, for inviting me here. And I feel very happy to come and talk to you guys about resilience is what they say I must talk about. Resilience is I have a definition from a dictionary, but it's all about the capacity to withstand trouble. That's what it is. To be resilient is to have and to build that capacity. And I believe that from the mentorship program that you went through, you yourself have been tested and proved that you can do that. Okay? But I'm here to talk about your business and the resilience of your business, because it's a separate entity from you, right? Now, you can be tough, you can be thick-skinned, and you can do everything yourself, and you can persevere, but you also need to prepare your business for that same level of resilience. Now, for a business to be prepared for resilience, because it's going to face attacks, it's going to face a lot of things that are going to come its way, okay? And sometimes you're going to watch your business go through trouble, and you are going to be trying to rescue it. And then you can sink into the same trouble your business is in, right? So it's very, very important to know and understand that that business itself needs to build its own tools of resilience. Does that make sense? The business that you do has to build its own tools of resilience to protect itself against the troubles that are going to come its way. Now, most troubles that come your way are first your friends. And I don't mean, no, let me put it this way. Troubles that come your way are normally, initially friendly. Okay? So a friendly thing can turn into an enemy. Are you with me? So that's a thing to think about, okay? So one of the things I'm a financial planner. I'm a certified financial planner. So what I do is, one of the things we do for entrepreneurs is corporate financial planning. Okay? Now, corporate financial planning is getting you to prepare your corporate, to make sure that your systems can withstand whatever troubles are going to come. Now, when you go to the bank, the banker is here. When you go to the bank, when you go to Access Bank, I'll just say when you go to the bank, okay? I don't want to get Access in trouble over here, okay? They are initially very friendly, right? Isn't it? The person who lends you money at the bank is a very friendly person, isn't it? When you can't pay, you are not going to see that same person. You're going to see another person called credit control, who have never seen you in your life. Right? Now you got to deal with that one. You can't call the salesperson that sold you the loan. They've moved on. That's their department. They are selling the loans. But if you were not prepared, we already heard that you got to pay your loans, right? You got to pay your loans. So the way that is going to work is that, yes, I've borrowed the money. It was very friendly. And then it can turn very sour when you can't. Right? And it becomes very important for you to make sure that your business can continue to do that. Now, as a financial planner, this is what we do. We set tools in place for entrepreneurs to build resilience for their businesses. Now, I work a lot with medical doctors who are setting their practices. Okay? So a lot of them, they're working for the government, they leave the government, they go start their own practice. And when you start your own practice, now you are your own boss. A lot of things that you used to get for free in that world fall apart. Right? So you don't get the free medical aid anymore. You don't get, well, there are doctors that don't need medical aid. But a lot of them anyway. Okay, but I have other entrepreneurs as well. But their pension fund the employer obviously is going to stop contributing to that. And so they need to take over a lot of things that were initially taken care of by the business that they worked for. Are you with me? So that's basically what's going to happen to you. You're going to have to know, this is me, this is my business. All right? So I'm going to ask you to stand up right now, because that's you. Okay. And the only reason I did that is because we've been sitting for a long time. Okay? So let's sit down again. Okay. Yeah, just get the blood flowing. All right? Just get the blood flowing. So, when you go and get a loan from the bank, this is what we normally help you as corporate financial planners, is the banks in Botswana sort of act differently like banks in South Africa. The South Africans have fought the banks somehow to recognize the difference between me as an individual and my business as a PTY, proprietary limited, right? In Botswana, there's no difference. Okay? You take a loan, the business takes a loan, you sign surety. You see what I'm saying? So they don't recognize the proprietary levels. And that can be, in the future, planting seeds of trouble for you. So what we do, we set you up in place to say, okay, should anything happen, who's going to pay? I mean, if the business fails to pay, your wife or your husband and your children are in trouble, because the bank's going to come after you. You see what I'm saying? So we need to have those gaps, okay? Now, Mr. Olate already spoke about life cover, okay? And the bank will never give you money without making sure that should you die, somebody pays, okay? And the insurance company is going to pay. So that's a thing the bank will do. I give you a loan, especially a big loan, there's got to be credit life cover, okay? So you got to take care of those. They will take it. They'll make sure that that's in place. Should you die, we really would like not to go after your wife or your husband to do. We would like the insurance company to cover all of those things. These are tools that you're going to need to build resilience, the capacity to take care of problems when they come. Now, another thing that is very important to consider is investing. Okay? Emmanuel mentioned that as well. It's important to invest. Now, I started business in August of 2000. August of 2000. So how many years is that? Doesn't matter. Okay. It's many years, right? But in all of that, you're going to go through the valleys of the shadow of death. Okay? And if your business is not ready to handle all of that, it's going to sink along with you. And it's going to happen. Are you with me? So the tools that we use in corporate financial planning are things that one product we use a lot is life cover. Life cover can wear lots of different jackets. Okay? So obviously, if you sign surety, please make sure you have life cover. Because should you die, we don't want the bank to go after your family. We want the insurance company to cover all of that. But one of the things that I always encourage is you need to invest even outside your business. Okay? I'm going to talk about those investments in a little bit. Investing outside your businesses. This is my business, it's my restaurant, or for example, and it requires a lot of money anyway. Are you with me? Now, the trap most entrepreneurs fall into is all their money goes into their business. Right? But they have no reserves. They're not investing in anything outside the business to bail out the business should the business get in trouble. Okay? So it's important to have an investment vehicle that you put money into that can grow your money and watch over your enterprise. I was talking this week with one of my clients, is an optometrist. Okay, now most of us, we think we are risk averse. Okay, you can't be risk averse and be an entrepreneur. It doesn't work. So there's a disconnect for you saying I'm risk averse, I'm afraid of risk, and then you're an entrepreneur. It's like, no, go back to school. You are into the risky world, and so you need to embrace risk. Okay. So anyway, this lady Because we are all suspicious of things we don't know, isn't it? So I came to her and said, look, I need you to invest outside of your business into these particular funds, okay? We get fund managers here, we got Corey Capital, got BIFM, we got Alan Gray here, we got all of those things. So as a financial planner, I use those tools a lot to help people. So I said, okay, let me get your money, some of your money that is sitting in the bank, okay? It's sitting in the bank, and the bank gives you 3%, right? Isn't it so? That's generous, right?
It's gone down, actually.
Oh, it's gone down.
What is it now? You're too embarrassed to say.
Okay, so the bank will give you very little for your money, right? That's a fact, right? But don't worry about my strategies, because the strategy is not going to take the money away from the bank. If I say to you, let's invest your money in a money market fund, okay? That fund manager will go back and take a fixed deposit with the bank and get a better deal than if you got it yourself. You understand? Are you with me? So if you take your money, put it in a money market fund, the fund manager will take it back to the bank. So the bank doesn't lose the money. It just came, but not in your own name. Okay? And it makes better money when it's not in your name than when it's in your name. You understand what I'm saying? So don't worry about the bank. The bank will be fine, guys. The bank will be fine. All you have to do is think about your entity. So if I'm investing your money in a money market fund, you're likely to earn, Corey Capital 7.5%, BIFM about 7.4% annual return on that, right? While in the bank, if you went directly yourself, you will get less than 2%. Okay? So we built those things outside. So it's important to think. Now, money market is still conservative. Money market investments are very, very conservative. They are still in the bank. So I said to this lady, let me take your money to invest outside of your business, because it's sitting in the bank at less than 2%, but I can at minimum get you 7%, right? That's money market. But if you are willing to take a little bit of risk, I can get you 12 to 15% in a balanced fund. Okay? So she says, okay, here's 600,000. Let's split it in half. So I take 300, I put it in a money market, and 300 I put in a balanced fund. Okay?
What's balanced fund?
Okay, what's a balanced fund? Okay, balanced fund is when we put money, the way when you see any fund, unit trust fund with the word balance, is we are trying to balance safety and risk. So it's almost 50-50. 50% of the money is in the bank, 50% is in the stock market. That's what we call balanced fund. So I take that, I'm like, let me put it in a balanced fund for you. So this last week we are talking, she's like, look, the 300 you put in a money market for me made me, I think, 13 or 17,000 over a year. But the 300 you put for me in a balanced fund made 51,000. So total I have 67,000 that I made from my 600, excluding costs. Okay? So she says, I believe now, okay? Let's move the money out of the money market into the balance fund. My business is ready to invest with you, because she's kept $1 million in a bank. And she's like, same time that I gave you 600,000 where you made 67,000 for me, the bank has made me 28,000 over $1 million. So the $1 million made 28,000 in the bank. 600,000 made 67,000 outside of that. So she's like, now let's do all of this. So I'm just saying that example so you can understand that if you don't know certain things, you don't know. When they say knowledge, guys, if you don't know, you don't know. Okay? You will only follow what you know. And so knowledge is power means, what do I know about investing even outside of my business? So we use those tools to guard yourself with money invested outside of your business, maybe even growing better than your business. But it's there. It's there to protect you, to help you should anything happen. But if it's accessible and you can swipe it, then it does. It does go there. Are you with me? But if we just pull a little bit of it out, you're able to. So I want to encourage you to think about that. As you work for your business, as you put money into your business, it needs to put money into itself and into you. Does that make sense? This very business that you are putting money into, because it can swallow you up, eh? Your business can swallow you up. It can swallow your car, it can swallow your cows, it can swallow your cattle. You can sell stuff for this thing, right? And it can still not produce something, all right? So it's important that when you do that, you are always cognizant of the fact that time is not always on my side. I need to make sure. So I tell the doctors that, like, now you need to set up a retirement fund that your business is funding for you. Now, retirement fund doesn't mean you're going to retire. It's just a fund that you can use, past a certain age. It doesn't mean, oh, I have a retirement fund, that means I'm stuck, I have to retire. No, entrepreneurs never retire. But entrepreneurs will be wrong not to have that fund available at a certain point in your life. So we do what we call buy-sell agreements. If we are in partnerships, for example, and Mr. Saidi and I, we are in partnerships. Should I die, I still own 50% of that company, right? Can my children come and be his partners? If they don't know that business, he needs to have money to buy me out, right? And that's where those tools come in. So there are little tools that we use to say, you need to have this, especially if you take a partner on board, you need to do that. If you take a loan, you need to make sure that those are tools like life covers and all are in place. Doesn't have to be a 10 million Pula life cover. It can grow with you. But protection is key. And advice in business is key. Because if you don't know, you will only do what you know. So you have to have people in your life, in your business, to help you for your business to be more resilient. So one of the things you'll probably do is appoint a board, right? Now, appointing a board doesn't have to be an expensive board. You guys are recorded, you're together here. You can be in each other's boards and not charge each other that much until your business grows to the level where you can start paying each other. But what you just need an extra pair of eyes to help you to think clearly. Because when you're alone and you're doing things on your own, you don't always see, around the corners. They say, that book, The CEO Sees Around Corners. Was that one of the prescribed books? No, it wasn't. Okay. CEO Who Sees Around Corners. I think it's J. Abraham or something. Yeah. So you're able to see your blind spot. Blind spots are just, even when you're driving, blind spots are very difficult to see. But once you become that CEO who can see around the corners, you'll be able to make sure that you don't get in the kind of trouble that may come your way. Things like COVID hit. A lot of business died during COVID, right? And it's very difficult to rise your head. But if you had some reserves to push you through that period, then perhaps you could still be standing out on the other side of COVID. I have a little example. I think it was 2012 or 2013. I bought a gold coin, Kruger Rand, for 13,000 Rand. And I just kept it. Now, I normally invest in other things as well. But this was a very interesting thing for me too. This one I want to keep on my person. Okay. Now, it's not, if you don't have security, don't. Okay. But I didn't tell anybody. But I'm telling you now because I sold it. Okay. So I bought it for 13,000, so it's not there at my house. Okay, 13,000 Rand. And as I started I've been traveling, starting my financial practice in South Africa. I just sold that coin that I bought for 13,000. I sold it for 44,000 Rands. And it was needed at the time. You understand what I'm saying? So shoving those little reserves somewhere, how your grandmother always has something somewhere. So you need to be your own grandmother in your own business. Shove things somewhere, somehow, okay? So that when trouble comes, you are able to pull it out and continue to do something. So do not neglect investing. Do not neglect your contracts. You were taught by a lawyer, so I'm going to suppose that at least on the legal side, he would have warned you about your contracts, making sure that you know what you're signing, making sure that you understand what you're getting into, and then always having the money. Guys, I'm a financial planner. Money can rescue you. You gotta have it. You understand? And to have it, you need to keep it in reserve. You gotta build the muscle of continually investing. Okay? Don't ever stop. I mean, even during COVID, okay, even if it was that little 500 from you, you don't stop investing. Even as you are pulling out something, do not stop investing. Okay? Because that muscle has to stay strong and strong and strong. Because that's the muscle that's going to rescue you in the future. So resilience, yes, as an individual mindset, you need to be resilient. But we need to make sure your business can survive itself on its own. So it needs to build the tools, use the tools. And if you don't know, please get advice. Okay? And Let's was saying, business is about marketing and innovation, right? And you've seen every speaker here. They sold something to you. Yeah? He was selling you the bank. Okay? Everybody's selling you something that they can do for you, right? You know what I can do for you. Okay? We can do that corporate financial planning for you to make sure that everything is in place. So creating a customer is a key. That's what you're going to do. But survival, long-term survival is very, very important. So there are people your age that are already, I had a client last week who already saved $500,000. She's 27. Okay? $500,000. But her commitment to the saving muscle, to the investment muscle, I should say, is very, very strong. So you are going in, let not all your money be swallowed up by your business, because business can swallow you up. All right? So all the principles that we're told here are very important. Pay your employees, pay the bank. You don't want the bank as your enemy. You don't want the bank as your enemy. Okay? Because they tell each other. Okay? You fail here, all the others will know that don't take care of that person. So the bank can't be your enemy, and your employees or your people cannot be your enemy. You need to take care of them. But also, you can't be your own enemy. And you become your enemy when you are lazy to get knowledge. Okay? So please, you gotta learn. You gotta read. There's lots of information that you need to make sure that you're always on the ball to make sure that your business succeeds. And it will succeed. It will succeed as long as you take care of it. If you don't take care of it, it will fail. That's just the formula, black or white. Take care of it, grows. Don't take care of it, and then you're always starting it afresh. All right? I think I'm out of time. We could talk forever, but that's all I have to say for now until we meet again one-on-one.